The pros and cons of long-distance relationships. Do they work? Welcome to Citygate International. I'm Marc Kitsko, and thanks for checking out my channel where we discuss the complexities of Christian dating in a mixed-up world. Before we dive into today's topic, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel and hit that button below, and you'll be notified every week when a new video comes out. Long-distance relationships. Do they work? Let's explore the pros and cons of long-distance dating that will shed some light on this question. Long-distance relationships are not ideal. Why? Because they lack the everyday interactions that bring a couple closer. Without experiencing the day-to-day life together, it becomes harder to truly know and understand each other, making it difficult to gauge the future of the relationship. However, due to the increase of online dating and career mobility, more and more people are finding themselves meeting someone special that lives in another part of the country or another part of the world. So let's take a look at some of the positives of long-distance dating first, then we'll look at some of the challenges. Here are some of the positives. First is time for personal growth. Being in a long-distance relationship allows each person extra time to do things they wouldn't otherwise do if their boyfriend or girlfriend lived close by. Because of the distance and small amount of time they have together, they can focus on their personal goals, career ambitions, education, spiritual things like serving or doing missions trips. Another positive is, 2, a deeper emotional connection. With physical distance also comes less physical touching, allowing couples to build deeper emotional bonds with each other. Because they don't have physical contact, they have to find creative ways to communicate, build trust, and cultivate ways of sharing. All this can foster a connection with the other person. Third, appreciation. You've heard the saying, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Being physically apart for extended periods can lead to a greater appreciation for the other, where you're not taking for granted each other's time and your time together. Fourth is cultural perspective. If each of you live in different regions or different parts of the country or the world, long-distance relationships can provide an opportunity for cultural experiences. Learn about each other's customs, traditions, and experiences. This can enrich your relationship. Number 5, stronger trust and commitment. Distance can put a relationship to the test, requiring partners to trust each other fully. Overcoming the challenges and maintaining the commitment despite the physical separation can lead to a stronger foundation of trust and loyalty. 6, future planning. Long-distance relationships often involve planning for the future, including discussing long-term goals, career paths, and eventually closing the distance between you. Having a shared vision creates a sense of stability and purpose and direction for the relationship. Those are some of the pros. If you can think of any more pros and positives of long-distance relationships, write them in the comments below. On the other hand, there are some major challenges when it comes to long-distance relationships. Here are some of the challenges. Challenge number 1, not living in reality. Often, long-distance relationships become more of a fantasy as you primarily focus on the good aspects while avoiding the day-to-day conflicts and compromises necessary for a healthy relationship. All of this gives you a sense that the relationship is great because it's not full of the day-to-day responsibilities and complexities. Challenge number 2, the limited time you spend together is similar to a romantic first date. These short, condensed moments are filled with excitement, romance, and fun. You can have an incredible weekend visiting the person and never see their true colors. Challenge 3, long-distance relationships take longer to identify potential red flags. Without experiencing daily life together, it's challenging to experience how a person behaves during stressful times. You don't get to experience their mood swings or how they are on good days or bad days. This delayed understanding can make it harder to detect concerning patterns. And by the time you do, months have gone by and you realize that this isn't the right person. Challenge number 4, waiting at home. Many people in long-distance relationships find themselves waiting for the relationship to progress while putting their social lives on hold. This can give a sense of missing out on life, having fewer connections, and feeling a bit isolated. Challenge number 5, temptation. Despite being committed to someone who lives away, you might find yourself in the presence of someone who's attractive, engaging, and flirtatiously interested in you. Your separation from your long-distance partner can potentially challenge your commitment. This can result in a need for some serious soul-searching. Number 6, the absence of physical presence. Sometimes you just need to be with your partner, to sit with them, to talk with them, to be held, and the physical distance prevents this from happening. This can lead to a feeling of loneliness and longing. So if you find yourself in a long-distance relationship or contemplating how to handle it, here are some tips to help you navigate long-distance dating successfully. First, have a plan. Establish a plan with each other that helps you understand how you will manage the distance and how often you will meet in person, how often you'll talk on the phone, who pays for what, etc. 2, talk about your expectations. Talk openly about your expectations, whatever they may be. Understand each other's needs to socialize with others. How comfortable are you with your partner hanging out with someone of the opposite sex? Being clear with your expectations will help each of you have a sense of security in your relationship. 3, be creative with communication. There are all sorts of methods of communication. Phone calls, text messages, video chats, even handwritten letters to keep the connection strong. Play video games online, watch movies together online. Create dates where you have shared experiences even though you are not physically together. Number 4, plan future meetings. Put your next meeting on the calendar. This will give you both something special to look forward to. Tip number 5, avoid forced conversations. Quality time will always trump quantity in the long-distance relationship communication. Don't force lengthy conversations. Focus on making the time spent together meaningful and enjoyable. Tip number 6, compatibility. Since there is no physical temptation, get to know the other person, their wants, their dreams, their goals, their spiritual life. See if the two of you are truly compatible to take the relationship forward. Tip 7, focus on personal growth. Take the time to invest in personal development. Engage in reading, watching educational videos, or taking classes that help you become a better person. When it comes to long-distance dating, the question always comes down to this: what's next? You might find yourself in a long-distance relationship, and that may work for a while, but eventually someone has to decide on what's next. Where is this going? Who will move? Especially if you both have careers in separate cities, or if one of you is a single parent and has to make decisions for your child as well. What's next? You can miss a lot of great opportunities feeling secure in a long-distance relationship, but really, where is your relationship going? I've seen many couples get comfortable in their long-distance relationship where they have found a good thing while making minimal emotional or physical investment in the other person. They found ways to turn each other on and enjoy their moments, but at the end of the day, a decision has to be made. If there is no next, then you're probably wasting your time. I've shared some pros and cons on long-distance dating and have given several tips, but I want to hear from you too. Are there any challenges that I missed? What suggestions would you add to improve long-distance relationships? Share your thoughts and your experiences in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, give us a thumbs up, share it with a friend who might benefit from it, and remember, until next time, live victoriously.